Alright guys, welcome back to the Weekly Rewind. I see that you're still here, and I missed you. And I missed your call too, but that was different because my pet turtle named M&M's was a little sick, so I had to take care of that. Anyway, that isn't the point. Alright, so without further ado, let's just move on to the first story. One particular video today, what the fuck happened?
My body, my mind, my choice. To marry or not to marry. To have sex before marriage. To have sex outside of marriage. My choice. To come home when I want. Don't be upset if I come home at 4 a.m. Don't be fooled if I come home at 6 p.m. I am the universe. Infinite in every direction.
Whoa. Okay. I think I know what the problem here is. Infinite like the universe? You're calling people fat and you're objectifying women by their... No, that isn't what people are. No. Oh, sex outside of marriage. Sex outside of marriage. Alright. What? So let me get this straight. A lot of people had problems with her saying sex outside of marriage, although it is their interpretation of what actually could be the definition of sex outside of marriage. It could also be, someone decided not to get married and decided to have sex anyway. But I won't get into my interpretation because this causes more butthurt than colonoscopy. So by accentuating that one small portion, what you're doing is you're concentrating on the only thing which is morally questionable based off of your interpretation, which might or might not be true, and attacking the messenger for having an opinion, who is Deepika Padukone, asking her not to broadcast her opinion because that is what has been plastered all over the internet. So the gist of this is everyone is entitled to their opinion, but keep quiet about your radical feminism.
I say, Sir Galahad, I do but love that irony chestplate.
The key phrase here is my choice. It is her choice to do whatever the fuck she pleases as long as it is within the constraints of modern law. The response to that has been rather outrageous because there are men who go, whatever it is my choice, to rape you. No, it is not, because it is against the law. If you want that argument to stand, what you would have to do is you would have to outlaw infidelity. Trust me, I hate infidelity as much as the next guy. But the problem here is you're taking one small portion of a much broader context and dissecting it and then saying that the entire thing is bad. For example, there are people who go that the video is absolute shit because there's that one small little portion, once again, which can be questionable based on your interpretation of what she said. So basically, one small portion is ruining the entire video. I know the best way to explain this. I hate those brown M&Ms. If I get those brown M&Ms, then I won't eat this entire thing because it's bad. The entire experience is bad.
I believe I can fly.
One of the counterpoints to the entire argument of the video is that it is my choice to rape you. No, it is not. And stop being so fucking stupid. Alright, between you and I, hey, come close. You're kinda giving the male species a bad rep here. Like, we can't talk to women without drooping our head down going, you said it, and I'm not accountable for what you say. I know that, but stop saying it, please. Now, I'm gonna go back because this seems really creepy. People also seem to have a problem with the corporate nature of this video because Vogue produced this video. And the argument being made is that they're doing it as a cheap publicity stunt. Well, no shit. Thank you for pointing out the obvious.
I am Captain Obvious.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know.
I can't.
One of the things I have a problem putting my finger on, like one of those PlayStation 2 analog sticks, fuck you, is that why is that a problem? That's Donald Trump. Fuck, his head looks like the icon from Mozilla Firefox. When Donald Trump is donating millions to Operation Smile, he's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart because he doesn't have a heart. It's actually the Eye of Sauron inside, if you check it. If it were up to him, he wouldn't help society at all. It's a quid pro quo system that the world works with, and I'm fine with that, just as long as we get something in the pro part of it all. You can't just get the quo, get the pro. That is why the entire concept of CSR, or corporate social responsibility, was introduced. Under CSR, a corporation has to indulge in some philanthropic work. Do you know why that law exists? Because people know that corporations are assholes. It is nothing new. It has existed from the ages of the Neanderthals.
Hey caveman, I don't have food. You give me rice. I no give you rice without any reason. I see that you're wearing some really good cheetah skin. But this is only cheetah skin I have.
I know. So guess what I'm trying to say is stop attacking a woman for having a prerogative which might or might not be pejorative. And whilst you're at it, stop calling the entire video moot just because of one line. Just accept the fact that it's a message, just sit down, relax. We can have some coffee afterwards. We can have coffee afterwards. I'm sorry, I have a pet turtle to tend to. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, like Salman Khan gets homeless people out of his car's trajectory, we move on to the main story. So recently a film about homosexuals called On Freedom by Rajamit Kumar was banned by the censorship board in India because it would ignite unnatural passions. What is wrong with you? Have you not learned anything from India's Daughter or the AIB roast? When you ask us not to do something, we will do it. If you tell us that it's forbidden, then we want it. That's human nature. It's like placing a huge red button in front of a guy and telling him that you can't press it.
Hey, you there? Yeah. You see that red button over there? Yeah, that one. Don't touch it. You can't touch it. I see it in your face. I know you want to do it. Don't touch it. Don't give me that look. I know what you want to do. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. It's up. Get your hand up. Get your hand up. Get your fucking hand up. Don't do it. Don't.
I swear, you want people to not watch that movie, you want people to not watch any movie, I've got a solution for you. Just add Ram Gopal Verma key in front of the title. Trust me, no one's gonna watch that shit. The person who's come under the fire most is someone called Prahlad Mehlan, the chairman of the board, who, since coming in, has instituted what is called a curse list. Under this curse list, words like sex and lesbian cannot be uttered inside a movie. And he has come under fire from members of the very same board, the CBFC, people like Ashok Pandit. And Ashok Pandit, in case you don't know, is the same guy who sent out this tweet in regards to the AIB roast. Yeah, when you're called regressive by that guy, fuck. Anyway, our beloved Times Now decided to cover the story.
Members of the CBFC, George Baker from Kolkata. What really is the thought behind this moral policing? Can you tell us, Mr. Baker?
We refer to using films as a medium of expression and at the same time a medium that conveys social content. It does not mean that we have to start allowing any and every sort of word coming into a
what
dialogue.
Is any and every?
Yes! That is precisely what it means, you melting bucket of vanilla ice cream. It means that you can get your thought process and your opinions across without having any restrictions or picket around it. Watch me. Here we go. Shit, fuck, motherfucker, cunt, piss. I forgot what the other words from George Carlin are. You want to curb the language inside a movie and restrict us from the concepts of an authentic representation of what goes on in real life, but Indian movies have been criticized for its antithetical viewpoints on realism. Anyway, that wasn't the end of it. He went on to say this.
If I want to show gang wars in the rural heartland of India, what kind of language should the characters speak?
Fairly reasonably socially accepted language.
What nonsense?
Yes.
What nonsense are you?
I mean, it's all right for you to laugh. It's all right for you to laugh.
Fairly reasonable. First of all, Arnab Goswami is laughing at you. So the question I have to ask you is, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Because you just hit rock bottom. Thank you. Thank you. So what do you want us to do, Mr. Baker? So when someone is furious with their parent being murdered and walk in and confront the murderer, you want them to go, "You murdered my mom, you fairly unreasonable man. You also had sex with my sister. You also were intimate with my sister." I get what you're trying to say, that films have to be a little more artsy, aesthetical, but that does not mean that you negate the entire concept of free speech. It isn't realistic for a human being in the modern world to speak without profanity. And as sad as that may be, that is reality. And you have to live in reality.
Mr. Baker, tolerance for others' point of view is very important, even for CBFC members.
Tolerance,
Totally.
absolutely
That,
right. But at the same time, kindly refer to people like Mr. Satyajit Ray, Mr. Raj Kapoor, Mr. Mrinal Sen, Mr. Tapan Sinha, people, directors of their ilk who used to make films which have become legends.
Oh, Mr. Baker, Satyajit Ray, the same person who made Piku? A movie about adultery, about cheating and infidelity? A movie which showed a small little excerpt from a sex scene and directly alluded to and mentioned sex? Satyajit Ray, the same director, if I recall correctly, who made Devi, which came under scrutiny by the CBFC for being too provocative? See, it is not about the movie, but about the time you are in and whether it is appropriate for the time. I get your argument. Your arguments of it being crass is true. It is crass, but so is society. And that is what we need to see on movies, for it to be a reflection, for us to be staring into a mirror so that we can scrutinize ourselves, so that we can criticize ourselves and criticize society. In its entirety, your argument is as empty as this box of Kit Kat ice cream. I want Kit Kat ice cream. I want some Kit Kat ice cream. Kitty cat. Kitty cat.
I miss my little kitty cat.
Another argument being brought up is that movies influence people, which is true till you take it a little further and say this.
Your very channel, Arnab, your very channel talks of the sick mindset which is leading to so many rapes of minor girls. You have been championing the cause and it has been proven.
Two different stories.
Don't
confuse issues.
All these obscenity has led to rape of minor girls. The pornography which is being shown, it has shown, Arnab, you have yourself done it and let us be honest about it.
Yes, it does make us rape people, much like Wall-E, which makes me want to turn into an anthropomorphic robot and clean the planet one box of garbage at a time. It isn't the movie. You can't change the message. You have to change the interpretation. You have to change the mindsets of the people. You have to begin at the grassroots level. Kiran K tried to advocate it inside the parliament, except you shut her down going, oh, your point isn't good enough. If that's your logic, why don't you ban magazines like Filmfare, like Vogue, which objectify women? Change the tolerance level. Change the entire situation. Don't try to sugarcoat the situation and feed it to us. Don't try to tell us that maladies in the world don't exist, because all of us know that the maladies exist. Don't try to bury your head in sand and go, nothing is happening. Wait a second. I know what the CBFC is. They bury their head into darkness, believing that it will make the reality of the situation approaching them redundant, thereby restricting the entire concept of taking flight through social expression. I figured it out. The CBFC is secretly an ostrich. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time that we have for this show today. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I had making it. But before I go, I give you a bonus story every single time. Kim Jong-un, Mr. Un, has now hired his personal harem of women. The objective of the women is to please Mr. Un, and hence he named them the Pleasure Squad. Pleasure Squad, obviously an offshoot of the much more recognizable Suicide Squad. With that move, Kim Jong-un has officially morphed into Admiral General. Trust me, to pay or not to pay. So. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of the Weekly Rewind with Siddhartha. So before we move ahead, I'd like to remind you that you have to hit the subscribe button, help me out by sharing this video a little bit, put a thumbs up on it if you can, and put down a comment with whatever the fuck you want to tell me. If you don't, however, I will track you down, and I will put my arms around your legs and beg you, please do it. Don't change. I will miss you. Don't worry, I will be back next week. I know it's hard to part for a week, but I will be back. Till then, 2-finger salute.